What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Prisoners of the Ghostland, the newest film from director Sion, Sono. Now, before we begin, if you like my channel, of course, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell, top the find what's coming next. If you like the video, awesome, hit that like button, as well as commenting below any video that you watch, including this one. Okay, so Prisoners of a Ghostland is a Nicolas Cage movie about a guy who is a convict who was part of a botched robbery, who basically gets tasked to basically track down a woman and bring her back to this guy named the Governor, who's played by Bill Moseley. And in the process, he is forced to put on this vest, which has certain things will cause basically to explode in certain parts of his body if he doesn't keep his calm and collective down. So if he doesn't keep his Nick Cageness down, he will have certain body parts explode, including some portions down below in the man region. And so in essence, what this movie is a cross between Escape from New York. It's a cross between a Japanese Western. It's very much inspired by John Carpenter's movies in essence. And so along the way, he meets all these weird characters, all these weird Japanese characters. He meets all these weird American characters. Sofia Boutella is the main woman that he has to go after, named Bernice. And it's basically a movie that is a very, in its essence, a Nicolas Cage movie where it's a very over-the-top and very bonkers and very just kind of strange and just very Nicolas Cage in every aspect that it can imagine. But what this movie has going for it, and then I'll get into my review in a second, is it has a director who has a very interesting visual style and an interesting eye for kind of action and kind of cinematography and just kind of cool Japanese aesthetics that to fit in this world of Nicolas Cage movies. He has created something truly kind of inspired and cool and collective, and like I said, very much a Japanese Western inspired type movie. And so this is one of those movies I've been really anticipating from Sundance because one, it's Nicolas Cage, two, it's a director who's known for doing stuff like The Suicide Club, and it's a movie that just seemed like a lot of fun, very entertaining. I mean, heck, Nicolas Cassavetes, who's a famous director, is playing Psycho, one of the main people who was part of that robbery that Nicolas Cage was involved with. And so after everything's said and done, after watching this movie, which is about an hour and 40 minutes, this is in essence a Nicolas Cage bonkers, crazy, almost going towards Mandy style movie, and I love it. I love it. You can't not hate these types of movies. I mean, yes, they're crazy and over the top and they don't make much sense. But Nicolas Cage has found that niche where he has taken his charisma, he has taken his acting abilities and just done something really cool, really unique, and just really fun and entertaining. This movie is so silly and bonkers and ridiculous that you just feel like you're in a whole different level watching this movie. You feel like you like the things that happen, the over the top graphic violence, the over the top gore, the overall plotting in this movie makes no absolute sense, and you're just like, what is even happening? But it's a Nick Cage movie through and through, so you almost have to forgive it for that. Is it bad? It's not great, but it's very entertaining for what it is, which is a very silly B-grade movie with some really, really cool visuals. There is some cinematography in this movie that rivals anything I've seen in quite a while. There's some dream sequences in here that feels lucid and acid trippy, and the way he shoots, Sion and Sono, the way he shoots just characters and the way they're doing things, it feels like something out of a fever dream, and it's just really, really beautiful to look at. That's one thing that Japanese directors, who especially come over to the market of American films, do, is they bring their sense and sensibilities of really creative material and creative ideas and just kind of go to town with it. The fact that, Siono knew what he was doing and what he was expecting and what he was getting involved with is just really unique, and it's really kind of just very cool, like the reds and whites and blues and the oranges, and just the way he shoots the sunsets and the way he gets close to the Mandy style visuals. It's just a very, very cool looking movie. And there's, like I said, there's some weird stuff in here with the characters, some of the over the top characters themselves. There's this young girl who's part of the governor's crew that's just weird and strange, and she does some very strange and odd things in this movie, but it's to be expected, I guess you could say. In this movie, I want to be like, this movie sucks, this movie stinks, but it's to be expected. I expected this type of movie. I was worried that it wasn't going to be bonkerish enough, but I got exactly what I was going for. And, Nicolas Cage and Sofia Boutella have no chemistry here, but I don't really have any problems with that because they're two characters that are involved with the situation, and, you get to Ghostland, which is where portion of this movie takes place. and the nature of the horrifying elements of it, just like there's a bunch of dolls in there and they're kind of moving in weird ways. It's a really cool aesthetic. So Sion is just he's really good at just creating really interesting atmospheres and really cool interesting dynamics. And the samurai play, and like there's some moments that feel very much like Army of Darkness, and there's just a lot of cool homages to a lot of interesting films, like I say, and mostly inspired by John Carpenter. That it's just I love it. I loved every second of this movie. I really did. And just, it goes to places that you cringe, it goes to places that you love, you clap, you have fun. There's a really funny thing that somebody edited in the Wikipedia article where it says people wanted their 2 hours back. And I think it's meant as a joke, but it's what Nicolas Cage is known for now. It's, similar to like Willy's Wonderland, which hasn't come out yet at this point, but it's something I'm looking forward to. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have on this movie. Like I said, it has good visuals, it has good fun acting, it has Bill Moseley, which is Bill Moseley. He's very the aesthetic of his character and what he dresses like. He has like a white suit with red gloves. It's very kind of audacious and awe-inspiring to watch. And like I said, Nicolas Cage wears a helmet at one point in this movie, and the vest he has that is exploding is just something out of like a strange kind of S&M movie and stuff like that. So it's a fun film. It's an entertaining film. If you don't like Nicolas Cage films that are very bonkers, you won't like this movie. But if you have a sense of loving those types of movies like Mandy or anything that he's known for doing, like Willy's Wonderland or something like that, this is right up your alley. So, but that's it. That's gonna be my take on Prisoners of the Ghostland. Once again, just a fun, entertaining movie. So, but anyways, let me know in the comments below. Are you really anticipating this movie? What is your thoughts on these types of Nicolas Cage movies? Do you really look forward to them? But otherwise, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit the like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.